And we are live. Ladies and gents, Grand Risings, how are we all? I hope you're all well. Let me know that you can hear me in the chat if that is okay, please. My gorgeous bunch. How are we? How are we? How are we? It's 5 o'clock. Lucy Davis live at 5. Hey, 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 Lizzie Pip. How are you, my gorgeous girl? Let me know in the chat box where you are, ladies and gents. If you are watching me on Facebook, please, please, please do post some comments because I want to check that the software is working and the comments are coming through. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been enjoying myself, I guess is the word. My tan is fading, ladies and gents. I'm mortified, but hey ho. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you're all extremely, extremely well. We have Michigan on. We have Arkansas. We've got Oregon. We've got Michigan. Amazing. Manchester. Hello, sweetheart. I hope you are well. I hope you are all behaving yourselves because I'm not. Oh my goodness gracious me, have we got some fun stuff to talk about today, ladies and gents. So first and foremost, if you are in England, happy bank holiday. I don't know if it's a bank holiday in Scotland or in Ireland. I've got no clue, but over here it's definitely bank holiday. So I hope you guys over the UK are absolutely having amazing, amazing bank holidays. You're coming in 5 by 5. Love that. Good to have you on Lincolnshire. Great to have you on Minnesota, Ibiza, Norfolk, San Diego. San Diego is one of my favorite places in the world. I love that so much. I feel a real connection when I see the word San Diego. I'm like, oh, I love it so much over there. I've done some really beautiful work over there in the past. I think it's about time I get my backside back over there, though, don't you? And do some work over there. California at the moment, but newly located to Idaho. Love that. Hello, hello. I hope you're all well. New Mexico. Love that so much. Brooklyn, New York City. Again, I definitely need to come to Brooklyn, or I need to come to New York City. More to the blooming point, right? I have to come over there. Again, I've done some incredible Santa Cruz as well. I love that. I have done some incredible work many years ago in New York. I think the last time that I was there was probably 2019. So it's well overdue a visit from the little whirlwind that is Miss Lucy Davis. So how are we, ladies and gents? How are you? Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. I'm not sure why I'm looking so amazing, but thank you. I will take that, my friend. I will absolutely take that. So hands up who thinks that I should get on a plane, come over to America and do a whistle-stop tour of America. Hands up, let me know in the comments. Hello, Hampshire. Great to have you on. Oh, the Orkneys. I love that. Some of you have been figuring out that I've very recently been in your space, for want of better words. Yes, New York. Let's be honest, ladies and gents. The shifts that are taking place at the moment, we're going to talk about that a little bit in a minute, but the shifts that have been taking place very recently, it's really starting to shake some shit up. Let's be really honest about that. In fact, right now here in the UK, as I'm in the UK still, basically the UK air traffic control is down. Just going to throw that out there. Literally just going to throw that out there, ladies and gents. Now, if you are a regular to my content, you would know that I have been predicting that this is what's going to take place. So just on that note, ladies and gents, if you don't keep up together with my content regularly, I would really suggest that you do, because what it seems to be happening at the moment is a lot of what I'm speaking just in a chit chat kind of way is happening, and it's happening very, very, very quickly. So first and foremost, let's talk about these predictions. I've made a lot of predictions in the last few months, really since about... No, I'm not talking about that, Ruth. I'm talking like literally in the last week, I've made a prediction about this particular thing happening, and it's happened that quickly. Yeah, there's lots of things that we spoke about 2 years ago, but I'm talking like literally in the last few days. the predictions that I've been making since around March of this year have been happening very, very quickly. Now, I don't profess to be a psychic or any of that. I call myself an intuitive, ladies and gents, because I have this really, really wild connection to being able to tap into energies, know exactly where I've got to go, exactly where I've got to be, and how to get them aligned back so that the abundance can come online. However, this has been a whole new learning curve for me. I will literally say something, and then when it happens within an hour or a couple of hours, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm just popping this out here today that I truly believe that I am going to be in the US doing a bit of a whistle stop tour. Now, we obviously know that there is a few things that are taking place at the moment that might actually put pay to that. But that's part of what I wanted to speak about today in this video around may peace be with you. So first and foremost, in fact, let me talk about a couple of other things first before I get into that. So my phone's going off. I'm just going to turn it over because my phone will distract me otherwise. So first and foremost, ladies and gents, today I've called the video message to the Starseeds and Lightworkers, may peace be with you. Okay. Now, I just want to talk about Starseeds and Lightworkers. I love that. When I talk about Starseeds and Lightworkers, you don't have to be spiritual to listen to this. I'm talking about you are a way shower. You are the light. What you might be Christian and you might not resonate with the word light worker or starseed. I'm just using terminology that resonates with me. It doesn't mean that that is the only terminology. And this is very, very, very powerful discussion that we need to take place today. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comments if you have been witnessing a lot of divide in different areas of life. Just whilst I'm talking about the other things that I want to talk about, let me know if you've been witnessing divide. Now, this might be in your relationships. This may be with the mother or father of your children. This may be with your children. This may be with any area of your life, your career or anything like that. Like, I just want you guys to let me know, are you witnessing division more so than it was, let's say, 1 month ago? Okay, I remember all of your last few months of predictions. I keep telling my husband, see, Lucy Davis called this and this. Sherry, thank you for believing in me, babe. I literally appreciate you so much. And Lisa, thank you so much. We haven't had rain in months. I mentioned rain 2 days ago. We had rain yesterday. Absolutely amazing. We are the helping hands to share. Yes, absolutely, Lizzie. So that is what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about Starseeds and Lightworkers, it's just about being you, about raising the consciousness, about, not even consciousness if that word doesn't align to you, but it's just about bringing something back to humanity, bringing something back online and allowing other people to be feeling that. It's so important right now. Now, with that in mind, I did a very, very, very powerful video in the last week with the gorgeous Will Gibson. He's absolutely amazing. Him and his wife are a partnership team. They are absolutely incredible. But I did a video with Will. I'm going to be doing one with him and his wife at some point in the not too distant future. But do go over to my YouTube channel if you're on Facebook. I like to call it face ache, by the way. So if I do call it that, please, please, please don't be offended. It's just face ache took my account many, many years ago now in 2020 for all of the stuff that I was doing. So I'm like, they're face ache in my world. They're always going to be face ache, but I do use their platform to help me with things like this. So I should be perhaps a little bit more respectful. Yes. So the video with Will Gibson was really powerful. So if you haven't watched that yet, please, please, please do go and watch that. The other videos that I want to talk about is I am going to be posting the September energy update. I've just got to film it, ladies and gents. It won't be filmed today because I've got meetings till quite late tonight. I've also got some gorgeous men for you, ladies. Got some absolutely gorgeous men for you this week. Sorry, men watching this right now, but I'm doing some very powerful interviews. One with the gorgeous Lewis Rose, who is going to really help us with bringing the younger generations into, a higher vibration. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I think Lewis is 24 maybe. And he is just an incredible, incredible human being. And what I love about this is he is ready to stand up and be like, hey, like, I really want to help people of my own age, because I'm glad I was young when there was no phones. I don't know about you guys, but I managed to get away with everything that I got away with. And it's only now that we've got phones that everything's being videoed. How do you feel about that? So we're bringing Lewis, or I am bringing Lewis, into people's consciousness. So he can perhaps be the starseed light worker to help other people of his age who have, and he's a guy as well, you know, he's a gorgeous lad at that, you know. So I think it's really important that we are helping all the different age groups right now. And I am extremely, extremely privileged that I got to live a very different life. But this is why amazing people like Lewis cross my path, because they are going to be the way showers. You know, I'm getting on a bit now, ladies and gents. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, just so you know, but I'm getting on a bit now. Like the 24-year-olds are like, no, I'm not going to resonate with you. But thankfully, Lewis, with his wisdom, does. So he will be able to help create shifts for the younger generation. So if you have children who are, you know, anywhere between probably like late teens all the way up to 30s, then Lewis is going to definitely be your man. Ladies, I have got the gorgeous Jamie Denyer coming back this week as well. So I know a lot of you messaged me saying you need to get him back on this channel. So Jamie is coming back on this week as well. We are doing a video, and I'm very, very, very excited to get to know him a lot better, get to know his journey a lot better. And a lot of you ladies messaged me going, oh my God, where do we find men like this that are conscious, that are, you know, they're in alignment with the fact that women and men are different and how it works. So Jamie, ladies and gents, is going to be back with me this week. So I don't know what it is at the moment, but I seem to be doing a lot of videos with a lot of very gorgeous men. I feel very privileged with this. But do let me know, ladies and gents, if there is anybody that you would like me to do a video with. I am a powerhouse of content creation at the moment, I think it's fair to say. And I've got some really exciting things coming up for you guys, particularly through September. So just on that note, if you do not sign up to my newsletter, please do go over to the description field of this video once I'm finished. And it's on Facebook as well as YouTube, and click on the link for the Weekly Woo. The Weekly Woo is my newsletter. And within that, in the next week or so, you are going to be able to win a free one-to-one with myself. And believe it or not, they're actually quite powerful. I don't talk about my one-to-ones very often because I don't actually have many spaces to do one-to-ones these days. I charge quite a lot of money for a one-to-one with me. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I do. And so when I do them, we have massive shifts that take place. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a one-to-one, head over, sign up for my newsletter, and you're going to get all of the ingredients for that, should I say, in the next week, and you will be able to get it. Some people are too scared, and I get that, Dee. I absolutely get that. There's, interestingly enough, at the moment, I've got a lot of men saying, I really need to have a one-to-one with you. I just feel this, I feel this, I've got this trapped emotion, I've got this emotional trauma, you know, I deserve better than what I'm getting right now. And, you know, it could be an opportunity to do that. I'm also, because I love my coaches and I obviously love you guys as well, I'm going to give 5 lucky people a one-to-one with one of my coaches as well. So it's not just me that you could win it with. It could be, there's 6 opportunities to win. All you need to do is sign up to my newsletter, read the details, ladies and gents, and then get involved. And trust me, your life will never be the same again. My coaches are all trained by me personally. They haven't been trained by anyone else. They've been trained by me personally. They are literally, they're amazing. My coaches are amazing. I absolutely adore them. And some of you might be watching this now going, Lucy, she's a coach, she does one-to-ones, like what? I didn't even know what she did. Yeah, believe it or not, ladies and gents, I have a really beautiful business whereby I help people recognize what's held them back over their lifetimes. Notice there's an S on the end of that lifetime thing. And I've got programs, I've got all these different bits and pieces that people can sign up to. I've got books, as you know, you name it, I've got it all going on. But basically what I do is I help people recognize the trauma that has held them back in their life, and help them get connected to their passions, their purpose, and go on their path to their soul mission, which is what I profess to do. I believe that I'm completely in alignment with my soul mission. I broke away from the corporate shackles many years ago now, back in 2017, and I now live a life of what I call absolute abundance. I work in alignment with what fires my soul up. And yes, I do break into castles because my soul mission is about realigning the energies across the world. So this is what's really, really, really exciting. There's many, many facets to what I do. And yeah, I feel very, very privileged. And the only way I've been able to get here, ladies and gents, is by going through the processes that I put you guys through when you join my courses and things like that. So yeah, it's a game changer. And that doesn't even cover Soul School, which is my absolute passion project. And we are going to be having Soul Schools around the world. You trust me on that, ladies and gents. It is my mission. And when I set a mission, when I get the bit between my teeth on something, trust me, I run with it until it has been delivered. So if any of this sounds quite interesting to you, get over and sign up to my newsletter. It's absolutely free. You'll get one email a week. That's it. I don't bombard you. If we've got any exciting things around, offers or things like that, please, please, please know that you might get an additional email, but it's one a week. Ladies and gents, I want you to realize and recognize I'm not going to bombard you. It's just some woo from Lucy on a weekly basis. All right. So yes, let's get, Soul School is my thing. My thing is in fact, ladies and gents, let's just do this, right? You will see me at my best when you put a group of people in front of me and I get to channel whatever it is that the people around me need to hear. So, for example, at Soul School, obviously there is a process to what I do at Soul School, but nothing is written down, nothing is planned. It is all a case of I open myself up and I allow the energies to work through me that are going to help you. Now, some people came along to my last Soul School in Manchester with back issues. They left with none. I'm not saying it's a healing event because it's not. It's an activation of your soul. But what I do is I remind you, I get your cells into alignment with remembering how they are supposed to feel. Now, if that means you're healing, that's healing. If it means getting you connected to source, God, whatever it is that you believe in, trust me, that's what I will do. If it is, a lady came along again to Manchester and she said to me, I was ready to leave my husband, Lucy. When I left on the Thursday to come to Soul School that started on the Saturday, or she left on the Friday to come on the Saturday, she said, I was ready to leave my husband. She said, but I went through the processes that you took us through and we're happier than ever. This is what I mean, ladies and gents. I'm never going to say it's a healing event. I'm never going to say it's a fix your relationship event. Whatever you need, whatever your soul needs, that's what I do. I don't know how, and I don't want to know how because I'd be fixated on it and I'd want to teach everybody else it. I don't need to know how. For me, that is when I am in my best flow. When you will see the best of me is when I can walk around a room barefoot with a microphone to my ear and I can touch people, and not inappropriately, by the way, and I can help people step through things that they never thought that they could step through, release things that they never thought that they could release. Like, that is when you will see me at my best, because it's about taking you from here, exactly as my first book is called, taking you from the head into the divine heart space. That's what Soul School is about. I love it. And she will break through your barriers to reach your heart. Oh my God, there's no words to explain what you witness when Lucy is online. It's jaw dropping. I can vouch, during a meditation in Manchester, I had gentle tears flowing non-stop that I would not stop. My heart felt like waves were crashing against it, released. Oh my God, I got goosebumps, ladies and gents, like goosebumps on goosebumps. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. That's like, I'm here to coach you guys. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to realign the energies. Like, literally, I am out there doing so much crazy things right now, things that you would never even imagine. Like, I have been everywhere in the last few weeks. I've been busy buzzing around, we actually had they're calling it a water funnel, but it looked like a tornado right where I was literally a couple of days ago here. Or should I say the Isle of Wight, literally a few days ago. Then there's the air traffic control. Like, I've been predicting all of this because of the energy work that I've been doing across the world. This isn't just because I'm in the UK at the moment, because I've got a few more things to finish up here before I can go. For some reason, Gaia wants me here right now, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to let you know where I am in the UK. I clearly I'm not in this beautiful location. I'm like, yeah, me to wherever this is. I think it's in Spain, actually. It's very important right now that we learn to surrender and we learn to trust. And that actually leads me really, really, really nicely onto the subject that I want to speak to you guys about today, which, yes, it's a message for the Starseeds and Lightworkers out there. Hey, Wendy, babe, I hope you're well. Hey, Lee. Oh, my gosh, that's a name. I know you friend requested me the other day, but that's a name I've not seen in ages. I hope you're well, babe. I hope you're well. Sending you so much love. And thanks for finding me, because I lost my account in 2020. So thanks for finding me, mate. Anyway, distractions over. So, ladies and gents, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of you that have noticed that there has been a massive divide in recent years, but very much so in the last year or two. It started off with political beliefs, then it got into medical beliefs, then it got into all these other things. And I don't want to talk about any of that today. I want to talk about this now moment in which we are living. And for me personally, there is plenty occurring that is making us step out of peace. Now, peace, like anything, is your interpretation of the word. So for me personally, peace is sitting on a beautiful beach like this behind with nobody there, me being able to sit in my own thoughts, there being absolutely no Wi-Fi, and me being able to be present with the universe, with God, with whatever it is that aligns to me. That's my version of peace. Actually being present with me. Now, for some people, peace might be, I don't want any drama from my partner. To somebody else, peace might be, God, I wish my boss would back off. I wish my boss would back off. I'm my own boss, so I can't tell me to back off. And luckily, I don't think any of my team feel that way. I think that they're all like, no, she's all right as a boss. I would like you to consider what your version of peace is. Because as always, whenever I speak about these kind of subjects, ladies and gents, peace is a choice. You cannot expect to have peace if behind closed doors you're bitching, you're backstabbing, you're creating mayhem. You can't. It's very important for us to recognize that whatever it is that we are asking for shows up in our life. Now, I know we've got external forces, ladies and gents. I know you'll all be like, yeah, but I can't dictate what the government does. I can't dictate what my boss does. No, but you can dictate your reaction to all of these things. And that is about, let me know by smashing the thumbs up button, ladies and gents, or hitting the love heart or the thumbs up on Facebook. Let me know if that actually resonates with you. Like, are you recognizing that, when you're in a really good mood and someone over there is trying to bring you down and you're like, they're not touching me today. And no matter what they do, they can't bring you down. That's your choice. That's a choice of you saying, you know what? I deserve better. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to live in peace. Now, some people don't believe that they deserve to live in peace, ladies and gents. I never did. I used to say that I wanted peace, but I'd live a crazy life. Lee would be a really good person, actually, if he's still on, to comment on that. Lee knows me from way back in the day. He doesn't know this version of Lucy. He knows the old Lucy, the start of my book, Lucy. And I was crazy. I was hunting for it constantly. I wanted, where the next hit was coming from, or where the next distraction was coming from, or where the next paycheck was coming from, or the next bonus, or that was me. That was my life. So I'm not judging anybody for this, because I was that person. But I got to a point where I was just tired. And I just said, you know what? I'm not choosing peace. I'm saying I want peace, but my mouth is doing one thing and my feet are doing a different thing. I wasn't walking my talk. And ladies and gents, you guys know I'm a big fan of walking my talk. There's a lot of people out there that don't walk their talk. Again, I'm not judging them for it. That used to be me. I'm just bringing it up into consciousness. So when you sit there and you say, all I want is peace in my life, do you actually mean that? Do you actually even know what peace means to you? Like, to some people with lots of children, peace is hearing my kids laughing, knowing that my family is safe. And this is why I say, ladies and gents, You can apply this mentality to any topic and it be the case. Now, let's just step back to the division that's taking place at the moment. There seems to be a lot of division over what's the truth and what's not the truth. There seems to be a lot of division over Jesus or God or spiritual. There seems to be a lot of division over the way that the governmental stuff is playing out once again. Know who you are, know your beliefs, know your standards, and know your values, and you'll be able to stay living in peace, even when the shit is hitting the fan all around you. It's a choice. The fundamental truth of the matter is, ladies and gents, if you live in peace, whatever your peace is, you're going to get more of that. Now, I know this really upset certain people out there, but we create our reality. Like it or not, we create our reality. So if you think dark thoughts, oh my God, I'm going to get the sack. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my goodness, I've made this wrong decision. Like, that's what's going to come to you. And then when it's validated, see, I knew that was going to happen. The universe is there going, oh, you asked for this. I don't want you to be wrong. I want you to be right. And this is why when people say to me, and I'm probably going to trigger a few people here, and I'm kind of sorry, not sorry when I say this, but like nobody, Jesus is not going to come down and be the power. Like, it's down to you to be the power. Christ consciousness is not going to come and bite you on the butt and take you on this journey. No, you need to decide what you want and then allow it to manifest in your life. Allow it to actually come to you. And this is why I said at the beginning of the video, my goodness, everything I'm speaking at the moment is coming true. Why? Because I'm in alignment. Some of you will know I've had to make some hideous decisions this year. Hideous decisions. Heartbreaking decisions. But because I had to make those decisions, now I'm being rewarded because I stayed in alignment with who I am. I recognized that I am the power, like Pina's just put, I am the power for my life. That's not selfish. That's not derogatory. That's not belittling any belief system. It's just about you saying, do you know what? I deserve the best. I deserve to live in peace. So that's what I'm going to choose. Now, sometimes that means cutting people out of your life. Sometimes that means stepping into things. Sometimes it means leaving things behind. Like whatever that looks like to you, I'm not here to tell you how that's going to shape up in your life. You're the one that's here to do that. But you must recognize that every relationship breakdown is because you have created that experience one way or another. Every time you've lost weight and then put it back on again, you have created that in one way, shape, or form. And now people will be going, no, I didn't. I got sick. Again, you've created it. Whether you like that or not, you've created that dis-ease in your body. Probably by not realizing how you want to live your life, who you are, and what peace looks like to you. So we get distractions, we get led astray, we do things that don't align with us. And this is how we end up becoming out of sync, you know, for want of better words. That this is how we become uneasy. Disease is dis-ease. The body has become dis-eased, uneasy. That's what it is. So I'm not taking it away from Christians or Buddhists or Hindus or anything like that. I'm just saying, whatever your belief system is, that's great. Just recognize who you are and what you deserve and then live in it. And the more you live in it, the more it's going to come to you. You're going to get tests, ladies and gents. You're going to have the universe throw you some right old curveballs, people from the past popping up. You know, dramas with the car, dramas with the ex, you name it, it's all going to come up and test you. to see if you really do want peace, or if you really can't wait to stir that pot like you used to and get entrenched in the drama. Some people like drama. And more often than not, it's the people that say, you like drama, you like drama, you like drama, that they're actually talking about themselves. Because people that don't like drama just tend to take a sideways step. They're like, okay. And they'll deal with it in another way. It's very interesting. If you listen to people, ladies and gents, you will know exactly where people are at. People tell you constantly. The fundamental truth, and what Wendy's put is absolutely true. Life is a series of interesting challenges. Now, I find life is absolutely incredible. Everything, even the toughest times that have been experienced, I'm excited by those because I learn so much from these instances. We create our reality. We drive ourselves forwards. And as we know, there is a massive awakening taking place on the planet right now. It's happening, whether we want it to or not. Whatever you want to band it, Jesus is coming back. Let's pray to God. Spiritual awakening, like whatever words you want to use, that's absolutely fine. And this is an interesting topic. And I spoke about this last week, but I'm going to touch on it again. It doesn't matter who you follow. And I'm not talking on social media. I'm talking about who you pray to or who you meditate to or whatever. If you're a good person, God is not going to turn you back at heaven's gates and say, sorry, no, you can jog on. You didn't believe in me. He won't. Jesus isn't going to say, well, you didn't believe in me. You didn't trust me. So get back down there. No. The whole point of this reality, the whole point of this journey that we are on is to love and to be authentic. Now, I've always wondered why I don't fit in, and, I've always not fitted in. I've always been a bit of a weirdo, let's be honest about it, but I'm a happy weirdo. I know that for me, as soon as I realized who I was meant to be and I started stepping into my authenticity, like it scared the shit out of people. It scared the shit out of them. And I'm okay with that. But now I know it's because I was supposed to remind some of you guys. Authenticity is all that matters. I used to be the girl that would go out and get absolutely smashed and do all of these weird and wonderful things because I wanted to be out with my friends. I said this last week, I think, or recently on a video. Because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be part of something. But waking up that next morning like, oh, God, I feel terrible and all the other stuff, and then sabotaging and all the rest of it, eating the rubbish food and that, it was never in alignment with me. And I'm not judging people for doing it. I'm just sharing my views because I know sometimes people get a little bit like, oh, she's talking about me. I'm not talking about myself. It's really, really time that you just figure out who you are. Like, I never fit the mold, ladies and gents. I was told many, many years ago, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Yada, yada, yada. I never knew at that point that there was a much bigger plan for me. But I trusted. And I realized that by me being authentic, I've helped thousands of people around the world, believe it or not, ladies and gents, step into their authentic roots and actually remember that they were here to do a job, and that is to love and to be loved. That's it. We overcomplicate everything because you need to follow Jesus. You need to follow God. You need to be spiritual. Says who? If you are a good person And I mean a good person. I'm not saying you've not done bad things in the past, ladies and gents. Like we've all been there. Let's be honest about it. We've all been a little bit promiscuous, maybe. We've all been, drinkers or drug takers or whatever. Like, I'm not judging any of you guys. And do you know the beautiful thing about it is all these people that these divisional conversations are taking place, these judgment conversations, none of these people, the ascended masters, God, or, a spirituality or the source, whatever you want to call it, they wouldn't judge us. No. So why are we focusing on creating a divide? Why are we not focusing on unification? Why are we not focusing on the fact that, like I say, Lee found me on Facebook yesterday, maybe the day before, I can't remember, but very, very recently, I don't question that Lee and I are probably on very, very different paths right now, but I'm going to, if I see him, I'm going to give him a massive hug. It's going to be great to see him. And this is the whole point. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you've been, or what you believe that you are. Ladies and gents, we're here to unify. We're here to unite. We're here to come together. It's as simple as that. So how about, before we go judging people in their choices, we just open our arms, which by default means that our heart expands, and we welcome people into our space. Because I don't know about you guys, but I see very clearly, like I said at the beginning, I never used to say I was psychic. I am very psychic. I have to change my words now. I know I'm very psychic. However, I see some really big things coming in the coming weeks, not months, weeks. And it's going to be a test of us once again as to how we are going to connect and how we are going to work together. And in all honesty, ladies and gents, it's not about these bubbles of people coming together. It's about the rare random souls that put their hand up and they're like, you know what? I have a completely different belief system to you, but come with me. We're in this together. I'm not going to hate on you or judge your decisions. I'm going to trust that you made your decisions based on who you are and what felt right to you at the time. And I'm not talking about this, by the way, before we go down that route. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about much bigger picture. Why you move to where you move to, why you follow what you follow, why you listen to what you listen to. Like, I'm talking about normal, average, everyday life. I truly believe that we can heal this world. I truly believe that. For any of you that know me closely, you know how I feel. This isn't just something that I put on when I come on YouTube or when I'm doing seminars. This is how I live my life. I truly believe that we can right all of the wrongs. And remember, they're perceived rights and perceived wrongs. Let's be honest about it. It's all about perception. It's all about our perspective on things. But I truly believe that we can save this world. I truly believe that we can heal everything that has been laid out. But the way that we do that, ladies and gents, is unification, coming together, about allowing our hearts to be connected and not being distracted. And not avoiding these topics of conversation. So many people shy away from having difficult conversations. I'm not going to do that. Like, I can distract you with the air traffic control system and the government stuff that's taking place, but I don't want to. Today, I want to trigger something in you that goes, you know what? Yeah, we need to be inclusive. We need to unify. We need to come together. We need to trust each other. We need to have an understanding that just because you are going to do one thing and I'm going to do something else doesn't mean that we're at war with each other. Just because I say God, you say Jesus, does that mean that I should be belittled, put down, shamed? I don't believe so. We have become a group of very judgmental people. Considering apparently we're the non-judgmental ones. We need to take ownership for this. Every time you think you're above somebody else, that's judgment. I don't believe I know, right? I tell you guys all the time, I'm winging this. Like, I am winging it. I might have an amazing business and I might have, an amazing lifestyle and all the rest of it, but I'm winging life just like you are. Let me know in the comments if you feel like you're bloody winging it, ladies and gents. Like, we're all winging it. We're all just like walking each other home and we're winging it in the process. Some of us have gifts that we feel we can hear, see, and feel and all the rest of it, but essentially we're all winging it. We don't know that Jesus is going to come or there's going to be a God at the end of it. But if that's what helps us, that's what helps us. How about we just link arms and we go, brilliant. What do you believe in? What do you believe in? Well, let's just go. Let's take this forwards. It's up to us to come together and change. Like, nothing's going to change without us. This is why, ladies and gents, I'm going to say it. I don't ever align with the white hat terminology. I don't. We are our white hats. I'm going to get shamed now by some people, aren't I? Oh, there she is. I don't believe anybody is out there. Like, I believe that we are the chess pieces. We are the pieces that are moving all of this. And we can either unify and come together and get over ourselves, thinking that we know best, or we can continue this division and we can create more mayhem. And I just don't want that, ladies and gents. I'm kind of tired with all of this, Yeah, exactly. Another thing that I say all the time, we are our own med beds. We don't need that. We are it. We can heal ourselves. We can rise up. We can do all of these things ourselves. Now, ladies and gents, it states in the Bible, believe it or not, that during the end times, a wolf in sheep's clothing will arrive to lead the people. Remember that. This is why we need to come together. Because then many of us will have an intuitive feel about something rather than just a few of us. Now, I was asked a question, and I've covered off quite a few of the different bits and pieces through the question. So on my Instagram story, and I think in my Facebook group, I can't really remember, but I think I placed it in 2 places. I didn't put it on my Facebook story, so apologies to you guys out there. I will remember to do it. I'm just not very good at Facebook anymore. I asked some questions and I said, look, what would you like me to speak about on Monday? And a lot of people asked me to speak about healing, which I will do at another point. A number of people asked me to speak about how we deal with wolves in sheep's clothing and what they look like, who they are, blah, 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 blah. There was lots of people asking me how to deal with certain ailments, things like that. For those things, ladies and gents, it's probably best to come to one of my healing hangs, in all honesty. I have one in September, which is just next month, I think, in a couple of days, and it is the 19th of September. So if you if you want to get into the nitty gritty of things and how to heal, then they're probably the best places to be at, ladies and gents, because as much as I can talk about it here, you don't get what you get when you're in, when I can actually do processes with you. Anyway, so my point is, and the reason that I wanted to touch on this subject today is, we all believe that we are doing what we need to do, right? We're following, like I say, whatever our belief system is. And there are many people out there, and I've spoken out about the spiritual movement. I don't like the word spiritual, just so that you guys know. I've always called it woo-woo, which is why my weekly newsletter is called the Weekly Woo, because I don't like spiritual. I just don't like the term of it. It doesn't resonate with me. It never has done. I don't resonate with that whole thing. I resonate with something very, very different. Thanks, Moana. I appreciate that. So basically, I've called out the spiritual movement before, I'm just caveating the fact that I don't like that word, for there being people in there that perhaps aren't quite in alignment. Now, just because it's the spiritual movement, it doesn't mean that that doesn't happen in other things as well. We can't just say, oh, there's shills in the truth movement, for example, or there's dodgy predators in the spiritual movement. Ladies and gents, we have to recognize that there's good, bad, and ugly in every single area of our lives. Now, the whole point of us coming together is about us being able to say, right, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. And normally when we come together, a group of people can very, very, very quickly be like, oh, this feels slightly off. So now is the time to be activating our inner dial, ladies and gents. Now is the time to be trusting our intuition. If you have a feeling about something or someone, recognize it. There are many, many, many people out there that have been messaging me about specific people. Now, you guys know I will never talk about specific people ever, because it's not my job to do that. I'm not here to put people down. I don't care if people are putting me down. I know there's people out there naming and shaming me and all the rest of it. But for me, I'm just like, oh, it's interesting because they're telling people what they're doing. They're just blaming me for it, which is very fascinating. You've got to read between the lines with a lot of things. I just don't need to give these people my energy. If something feels off, if you feel like something is off, trust yourself. If you listen to a message of mine and you're like, no, I don't align to that, trust yourself. It's not in alignment with you. I'm not just pointing the finger at other people. I'm saying if something doesn't feel right, if you feel my energies have changed and you don't like it anymore, please don't come and watch my videos, because I don't want to trigger you. Well, that's a bit of a wrong thing to say, because I do want to trigger you into your healing and into being, to the level of consciousness that you want to be. But that aside, if my messages aren't aligning with you and they don't feel good to you, don't listen. Like, I'm not saying this to just finger point. I'm saying this because we need to be trusting ourselves now more than ever. We haven't had the biggest test of our lives yet, ladies and gents. We haven't. We have this to come. And some of you I know will be rolling your eyes and you'll be like, oh God, what's she talking about? Oh God, what's she seen? And I'm not saying it for that either. We have to believe the lessons, the reminders. So for those of you watching for the first time, when I say reminders, I'm talking about lessons. I just don't really like the word lessons. So I believe that we're all here to remember lots of different things. We're here to remember what it's like to have our heart broken. We're here to remember what it's like to hurt somebody else. We're here to remember what it's like to be a commitment phobe. We're here to remember what dis-ease feels like in the body, so that then we can shift ourselves and step out of like this real victimhood stance that there's a lot of people in around the world, and just remember the purity, remember the power that we've got within. And this is why I don't agree with this divisional behavior, because I truly trust that everybody is on a journey. Everybody is on a journey to remember what they got sent down here to do. So if you are in a space of really feeling like you've got the bit between your teeth about something at the moment, ask yourself, what is it about this subject that has really, really hit you hard? And sometimes you just want to be heard. Sometimes you just want to be seen, because you weren't seen as a child. Maybe you didn't feel like you had the love that you needed to survive, or maybe you created trauma bonds with people or something. I don't know. I don't know all of your intricate stories, but we've all got a story to share. I got a massive story. Doesn't mean I'm going to judge you for your choices. A lot of people think that I judge people because they drink alcohol and they take drugs. I don't judge anybody. No, I work with a lot of addicts. The subject is very, very, very dear to my heart for a number of reasons, as you guys know. We're not here to judge each other. We're not here to be the judge and the jury. We're not here to be God and Jesus, and we're here to be who we are now. Remember, there's falsity, there's false prophets everywhere. So if you are surrounded with people in, wolves in sheep's clothing, ask yourself the question, why have I asked to see this? On what level did I call this into my life? Now, I've had two very, very people that jump into my head straight away that have taught me a lot in the last few years, and what I would call wolves in sheep's clothing. I thank them every single day, because I am the girl that I won't believe it until I see it. So I had to know how dark things could get. I had to know what was possible. But I know that now. I will never ask to see that again. We know. Now, some people need to go down the path, believe it or not. And I hate to say this, ladies and gents, but some people need to go down the path of being misled, their energies being commanded and abused, because that's what they needed to remember this lifetime. They needed to remember how to find their voice and step up and speak out, or maybe take a step back and allow it all to play out and allow people to hang themselves. And I don't mean literally, it's just a saying here in the UK. You know, give them enough rope and they'll hang themselves. It's a saying. I agree with you, Annabella. So Annabella in the chat on YouTube has put, Lucy, I feel that we as humans on this planet are about to face a lot of extraordinary events. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And that is why I am probably, before I leave the UK, I don't know when that's going to be, by the way. The UK seems to want me here. But I do have a lot more traveling to do. But she seems to want me here for now, and I do know why. I'm actually thinking about finding a place somewhere in the UK and just saying, I'm going to be here at this time. Any of you that want to come and see me. You know, and that's just I'll probably do it right in the middle of the country so people can come from all over to come and meet me, because I know that there is something that's extraordinary that's going to take place by purely being in each other's company. Okay. I was mentioning at the beginning of the video, Janine, that I will definitely be in the US. I'm actually feeling that I'm probably going to need to go to a few different places. I've been correcting the energies all around the world for quite some time. And I am being guided back to the US. So obviously you guys are ready to have that now. I've had to set the grid up for it to be ready, if that makes sense, because it's very difficult for me to talk on public forums like this, because this is when I get attacked. So I've got to just be a little bit careful with what I'm saying here. But the grid that is needed for the shifts, for us to step forwards with the shifts in energies, the shifts in consciousness, the shifts in allowing certain things to take place, it's had its challenges. You know, there's been a lot of people that have been, as much as you might be doing some nice things, other people are doing some dark things. I disagree with you, Tracy. It doesn't take a catastrophe at all. We've had many catastrophes and it hasn't worked. So I totally disagree with you. I actually believe that it takes a very small set of people to come together and truly unite, and then that ripple effect will happen all around the world. Let me know if that resonates with you, ladies and gents, in the chat. I truly believe that it's already taking place. I believe that there is a lot of people that have different mindsets, and that, you know, obviously with their mindsets, they're creating it. Like I said at the beginning, there are so many people that are just focusing on the dark, focusing on we need to get revenge, we need to do this. And that's why things are taking time to unite. I personally feel the energies have shifted so much. I believe that the awakening has been taking place at such a huge rate that people that we never thought would get it are all of a sudden getting it. And that's not a judgmental statement when I say that, ladies and gents. Like, I remember sitting down with my mum, I don't know, maybe in 2014, and me sharing some things with her, and she was like, "Are you freaking crazy?" And I'm like, okay, too soon. Too soon. Now, when I sit down with my mum, bless her sweet soul, she is amazing. She's getting the shifts. She recognizes, she's starting to remember, and she's realizing that actually it was only her fear that ever questioned. How good is my skin looking, ladies and gents? How good is that? Like, I'm looking at my skin like, wow, that's amazing. I truly believe, and this is why I feel what I will do here in the UK is have one of these like little meetup things. We are doing another soul school, by the way, ladies and gents, in October, and then we will be and then I will do another meetup thing when I go to America, and again when I go to Australia, and again when I get to New Zealand. You know, all of these places I will literally just, and I know these countries are massive, ladies and gents. We're a bit spoiled here in the UK that, you know, within about 4 or 5 hours we can get to each other if we need to, if I'm slap bang in the middle of the country. But my point is, all we need to do is just have a unification. All we need to do is just come together. That's all we need to do. And we can make it challenging. We can make it difficult to believe, or we can just get on and do it. And we know we're going to get challenges. We know we're going to piss people off. We know that, you know, oh, why is she acting like that? Why does she think people want to go and see her? You know what? I actually truly believe it, because I get hundreds of messages every day saying, I'd love to just come and, you know, have just a little, you know, catch up or whatever. So why not do it? Why not do it? Why not bring those high vibrational energies together at a really beautiful, profound place and allow that to take place? It happens every day. Believe it or not, when you get together with your best girlfriends or with your best guy friends and you have that moment of, this is so cool to be back together. It doesn't matter where you are. Like, it's those moments. That's what's going to change this world. And we all need to remember when the next shit hits the fan, because it's going to come. We all know it's, there's going to be some shitty event that happens. Like, God knows what it's going to look like, but there will be another shitty event. And that's the time when we all go, right, let's come together, shall we? Let's not allow these divisional tactics. And this is why I say, Starseeds and Lightworkers, it's our job to bring the peace. It's our job to decide what peace looks like and then bring that piece of the puzzle to the table. It's not about them versus us anymore. It's about, right, Lizzie, your version of peace is this, right? This is my version of peace, right? If we click together, now people that resonate with that are going to come to you. People that resonate with that are going to come to me. Okay, right, let's add D into the mix. Right, D, here, you click in here. That's your version of peace. Now we've got 3 of us together. Right, okay, then we're going to have Linda clicking in as well. Right, she's going to bring her version of peace. And that is how we do this, ladies and gents. It's not about Lucy's version of peace being the epitome, Jesus being the epitome, God being the epitome, Source being the epitome. No, it's about us all going, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is what is authentic to me. And we're going to come together and we're going to create it. That, ladies and gents, is how this magical place that people call New Earth is going to be formed. I think we had 150 people in the Manchester Soul School in February. Let's say 150 people, just for easy. The weather in Manchester changed for about 6 weeks after we left, because we created a vibration and we cleared out the ley lines. And Manchester truly believed that Manchester was the city of light. So the light came back. About 6-8 weeks, I think it was, D, wasn't it? Now, I obviously wasn't there. I just went in there, threw the bomb, lit the match, created the shifts within the people, and then they carried it forwards. So never underestimate a handful of people coming together and creating shifts across the world. And then what happened was everybody left Soul School and they went back to their respective countries. We had Denmark, Spain, Scotland, America, all sorts of different places in America. We had, I think, a lady from New Zealand there, like literally. So people flew back to their respective places. And then I started getting the messages, oh my God, Lucy, have you seen the skies in Manchester? Oh my God, have you seen the skies in Manchester? We did that. We did that. Not me. We did that. That's the power of us coming together. I love you, Wendy. I'll speak to you soon, my gorgeous soul sister. That's the power of us. That's the beauty of us. So when somebody says to you, you're getting too big for your boots, you're not really that powerful, I'd like you to look them in the eyes and just say, okay, thank you for your feedback. I appreciate your perspective. No, you are that powerful, ladies and gents. If you choose peace, you're going to get peace. If you choose love, you're going to get love. If you choose health, you're going to have health. But just remember, if you're choosing these things, don't then go and create the drama behind the scenes or the self-sabotage. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful and light workers, I love you so much. I really, really, really do love you so much. We are here as the powerful creation of God, of Jesus, of Source. Please, let's not divide anymore. Please, let's trust each other that we're all in this together. There are some people that we're against, I agree, but the majority of us are in this together. We want peace, we want harmony, we want abundance. I want abundance for everybody. I live an amazing life, ladies and gents. I really do. I would love for everybody to live the life that I live. I don't believe people should be earning more money than others. I believe that we should be stepping into a world where everybody is entitled to abundance. Now, some people will be cringing out there. We're in a system that doesn't work for us. So it's about recognizing that and creating the consciousness so that we can shift into the world that we all deserve. I love you. I love you. I love you. Catch you all super soon. For those of you at Conscious Conversations, I will see you in an hour. I'm going to go and have a little bite to eat, and then I will be with you. I love you all to the moon and stars. I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.